Hey everybody, in this episode I'm talking to Evan from Swamp Dog Hot Sauce. We're going to talk about sustainability and why giving back to the community is so important, so stay tuned. Hi everybody, Matt here from Fire.and.Flavor. I'm with Evan from Swamp Dog Hot Sauce. How you doing today, man?
Doing pretty good, man. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Thanks for coming on the show. Happy to have you. I love your mission. So we can just hop right into this and tell us what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how you got started.
Okay. So what I'm doing, making hot sauce, essentially. Why I'm doing it, a while ago I was working in the tech industry, and with what little experience I had, it kind of fell through. So during that time I was already gardening myself, and really like spicy things. So the push towards that was just like I don't really have enough experience to find another job, so I'm just going to make my own kind of thing. And then also I think one of the driving factors definitely is my daughter. As far as it goes, I want to be able to just show her that you can take a dream and turn it into reality, you know?
That's awesome. That's a good dream to have too. And it's a good example to set for your child because anything's obtainable if you go after it, right? So,
Right.
lead by example and she'll follow by example too, man. Um, so you said you worked in the tech industry. What were you doing?
I
A
was
little
an
off topic.
associate test engineer.
Oh, okay.
So I
That's
do
cool, man.
like worked with Salesforce, did QA for a while with Squid. They're really cool people. I was Scalable Kit for User Interface Design is what the acronym stood for.
Very cool, man.
Got a lot of experience with that, but not enough to where I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to get back into this. And a lot of the stuff that I learned there and just other past jobs, I kind of just smashed them all together in order to make what I'm doing today, you know?
That's awesome. Yeah. And you know what? We can just start talking about what you're doing today, and that's making hot sauce, but sustainably with pretty much as little waste as possible, zero if possible, right? You
Yep.
sent me three sauces here, and we'll just talk about them real quick. We got Carolina hot mustard. Let me get my camera up there, make sure we're on camera. Here we go. Carolina hot mustard. Um, Pineapple basil throat punch. Nice. And swamp citrus. So you make all these yourself. I believe you grow most of
Yes,
your
sir.
produce, right?
Yes. Anything I don't grow myself, my Nana does. And then if she doesn't, then I procure it within about a 50-mile radius. Like brown sugar, vinegar, things like that are in some of the flavors. Obviously, can't really grow those things.
Mhm.
I haven't cut out enough time to actually make my own vinegar. I've looked into doing it and stuff, but I'm just like, is that something I want to take on? Is it
Right.
going to be feasible, or can I just spend the $2 at at BJ's or wherever?
Yeah.
So
That's
I've been working
actually
on that.
that's really cool. That you even considered making your own vinegar and that you do grow everything and your Nana does. I also wanted to touch on the bottles themselves that I
Yeah,
lifted them up, but these are recycled bottles, correct?
correct. Yeah. So I think it was 1995 or something like that is PCR, so post-consumer recycled products. Big companies like Coca-Cola do it. So I mean, if you give it a quick Google, you can figure it out. But it's as long as you're heat treating, sanitizing, and then bottling at the right temperatures and everything. I'm making sure that I'm trying to follow those protocols. Um, I do all of that, but also like think of it more like kombucha or like a craft beer bar or anything like that. You bring in a growler or whatever it is that those big jugs, then they're gonna take that and they usually already have one available ready for you. So that's kind of how I'm doing it there. Is I already
Cool.
have a bar readily available, you bring it back to me. But I individually hydro dip each one of those. So
Yeah,
that's
I
design
was
on
gonna
it.
ask because you said they when we talked, see you paint them, and I was like, I got them in the mail. I was like, oh, it's a dip. I was telling
Yes,
people
sir.
about it. That's super cool. I've actually don't think I've ever seen something that's been dipped before. So in person, I've seen. There's my camera. I've seen it online. I've just never seen it in person.
Right.
Um,
Yeah,
that's
like I
kind of
feel
cool.
like it had its spot. Like I don't even know how long ago. Like it was kind of trendy for a bit and then it kind of died. So like
Yeah.
in nowadays terms, it's kind of old, but I
Hmm.
was like, I liked it and I want something that kind of stands out a little bit. The reason I did it was not only like to I like so we're in the Space Coast area, so that allows like so it's kind of spacey looking, you know what I mean? Little trippy, little far
Hmm.
out style. But it's also to kind of highlight like if I had, if I had the cigarette with the kind of
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it is to depict the how dirty and messy of a job it is to sit there and garden and to go around and collect people's food waste and turn that into something that is delicious. So the flavors on the inside, but the work that goes into it is depicted on the outside, kind of thing.
Yeah. No, it shows, man. There's definitely a lot of love in what you're doing with this. It's really cool, man. Like I've had a lot of hot sauces. I've had a lot of people come on the show. I've never had anyone that gets every single ingredient themselves, grows it, and recycles bottles and offers to recycle bottles. It's a whole new approach, man. I wish more people did it because when you messaged me, initially you're like, what do you do with those bottles after? It's like, well, I'm gonna build a display, which is true. I'm gonna put them behind me. But um you I don't know. You're just like, I collect them and make hot sauce and fill them back up. And just it
Yes, sir.
took me by surprise, man. It's pretty cool. You sent me a cool brochure with these bottles too.
Yep.
And we can chat about that for a minute. So do you partner with your town?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the city of Titusville just awarded Swamp Dog Sauce the 2025 Sustainability Leader Award. We got that through the efforts that we're doing. So we at the restaurants or like grocery stores that carry us, what we do is we have a bottle drop. So if you do buy a bottle from there, you can drop it back off. That way we have an area to collect it. We do ask that people wash it just so it's not, moldy by the time that we get to it. Um, and essentially like the involvement with the community was just to see that there's a sustainability action plan for Titusville and they have in there a specific key point that says that they need a food waste collection system. So I was like, okay, that is us. Like was waiting for the time to make it happen and there it was. So we're just trying to build it up.
All right. So how has the community responded to this? Like pretty good overall?
Um, I'd say like one every five people's like you wait, all I heard was food waste. Like what are you doing? You know? So I gotta kind of slow it down and explain like the impact that you're tasting is created from the food waste through conversion to compost. The compost then grows the ingredients that go into the bottles that we also recycle. Um, so other than, just I think it's more about like making sure that people are aware of what it is that we're doing that makes it to where they respond a little bit more positively. I don't think anybody's like I haven't to put it simply, like I haven't had anybody be all that negative. They're just like, I'd say the most negative I get is like, well, good luck, you know.
No, good luck.
Yeah, it's a big thing to do and I get that for sure. But
So the most negative thing someone says to you is good luck, and that's what kind of like sarcastically or just like
no, just
denigrating,
like
like
I have
like
a tendency to over explain. So
oh,
with that, they're just kind of like, oh wow, okay, well, yeah, good luck to you, man. That sounds like a lot. So I think just the constant like letting people know like hey this is all that goes into the sauce and this is why I charge this much and then all of this goes behind it. It's the same kind of thing when you go to like a hipster bar or whatever and they're like there's volcanic ash in this old fashioned like all that kind of stuff to add
yeah.
like real smoke. It's that level that I'm trying to bring to hot sauce is I want to be able to do this. I'd like to be able to scale up in a fashion, but I haven't found anywhere that will be able to smoke my ingredients. I haven't. I'm not going to pay the prices for black garlic because it's exponential. So for things like that, I choose to do that myself. I'll ferment my own garlic and blacken it and whatnot. Um, so a lot of those kind of things is like where I've gone as of late to play around with it. So that once again, just kind of like the over explanation to where people go, okay, wow, yes, you're in it. Good luck, man. Seems like you got it.
Oh, that's crazy though, because you ferment your own black garlic.
Yep.
Wow, how long does that take?
More than 40 days.
I
So
was gonna
40
say,
days minimum, you can get away with it. The longer you do it, the better it is. It's a little harder, so it does fine in a sauce.
yeah,
But yeah,
I love black
it's
garlic.
not too hard. It's just a lot of small, tedious tasks that I've added
Yeah.
together.
Hey man, all that work sounds worth it to me, dude. No one's doing what you're doing, at least from what I've talked to. So I think you got a leg up on everybody, and the message overall is fantastic. It's fantastic, dude. Big props to you for doing that. I
Thank you.
know we talked about that a little bit privately, but I think anyone that's paying attention to this episode or watching it is gonna be like, wow, this guy puts a ton of work into this and he makes tons of hot sauce and from everything you grow. And it's funny because in the DMs, you're like, mangoes aren't quite there yet. So you're getting pineapple. And that honestly alone surprised me, dude. I was like, he's serious about this. That's cool.
Yeah, dude, Nana's mangoes. I'll probably go pick some later today. I got to go mow her lawn
It's
in a
awesome.
little bit here, so I'll be taking that yard waste over. I'm partnered up with Rodney with Eating Worms,
Okay.
so he's got it's what I call facility number two. Like in some of the content creation I do is I have one that I started over in Mims, and the second one is what Rodney's putting together. So I bring him a good portion of the food waste, but with being able to have those two locations, it's like a multi-site approach in the fashion that if you are within 5 miles of either one of those, I can kind of discount the price so
Hmm.
that offset the cost to make it to where it's actually feasible for you, you know? So that's
That's pretty
something that I'm
awesome.
trying to adjust and make it work a little
Wow.
better for them, you know?
That's great, man. You know what? I love mangoes too, though. I wanted to touch on that real quick. A lot of people don't know this, but mango's kind of like a natural spice nullifier. Like if something's lighting you up, if you eat
Yeah.
some mango, it actually kind of nullifies it a little bit. A lot of people tell you to drink milk, and milk doesn't always work. It's temporary and it can make you sick. But mango is great for that. I don't know if did you know that?
No, I feel like it might be due to like maybe something with the fibers themselves.
Hmm.
Because it's like not only is it very juicy, but like the
Yeah,
fibers themselves kind of almost literally act like a an organic washcloth you can
yeah,
eat if you want to put it that way, because the capsaicin is an oil, so it's going to be
yeah,
spread about. My go-to is like just eat more chips. You know,
yeah.
like when I have people try it and it's too hot, I'm like, if you add in more bland, then it'll basically just soak up that capsaicin, and
Mm.
you'll have a tummy burn, but at least you know your mouth won't be on fire.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know that. I kind of just like was gone with the mango. I have another video where my friends and I eat like 20 hot sauces. We roll a dice and try it.
Yeah,
So
I've
like
seen
we
some of
we
those.
lined that all up, but we had mango and stuff on the side. Like we're not, so like in between rounds, we're like, oh my god, dude. So
Dude, take a mango next time and
yeah,
throw it in the freezer and then peel it like you would peel a potato.
okay,
So like because the peel comes off fine and then continue to peel it and you get like these nice like really thin mango peels, and those are I've been doing that lately with my daughter. It's like a
oh
great
man,
alternative to like an ice cream. Way quicker than trying to make a sorbet. That's pretty fun.
wow,
That
that
might actually
actually
help a little bit too with
that
the
sounds
cold aspect.
amazing. I was actually just like when you were saying that, I was like thinking, oh, sorbet. But you
Yeah.
just peel it with a potato peeler, bro? That's kind of I
Yeah.
never even heard of that either. That's cool.
Yeah, it seems minorly psychotic because most people like cut it down the middle, you know, get the seed out,
Yeah,
and put little cutie cubes and stuff. But I'm making sauce, so I'm like
yeah,
peel, food waste, and then now everything down to the seed is going in. So
that's amazing.
don't waste none of it as best as I can.
So I'm gonna crack into one of these right now, actually.
Okay,
The Carolina hot mustard, which you
good
said
call.
is your least hot one that we have today.
Yeah, so the as far as on the scale of things goes, the firecracker barbecue is like my red traditional barbecue. That one is one level up below that one. But I think it's just due to the acidity level
Mhm.
in the Carolina hot mustard. and I use a combination of Scotch bonnet and habanero. So it's like a traditional Carolina Gold barbecue.
Oh,
Smoke the onion, smoke the garlic, a little bit of homegrown Scotch bonnet, and a little bit of the aged habanero as well.
amazing. I love Carolina Gold, man. My work has a Carolina Gold barbecue sauce, and it is primo. Not gonna
Yeah.
compare, but it is
I tried
primo.
to get as close as I could.
So let's go over the ingredients right quick. This is the Carolina hot mustard. Woo, it's a cool dip bottle. The sauce itself has a beautiful color too. I wanted to add um,
Thank you.
yellow mustard. Do you make that yourself?
No,
No.
no,
Okay.
that's also what I was gonna do is set the record straight. You said all the ingredients, not all of them.
Some.
Like because garlic takes freaking forever, so I wouldn't be able to
Yes.
churn out a
Yeah.
sauce the way that I'd like to. So
Yeah. I
there are,
think.
I'd say over 90% for over 90% of the flavors are
All right.
homegrown.
Cool. Cool. So we got that going, guys. Awesome.
Yep.
Yellow mustard, apple cider vinegar, brown sugar, onion, garlic, yellow Scotch bonnet peppers, and spices. I love Scotch bonnets, man. I live up north. Haven't really had luck growing them. There is a Scotch bonnet variant that I do grow.
Yeah.
It's called the Kangstar Lemon Starburst,
Nice.
and it's between a Scotch bonnet and Ministry of Agriculture Scotch bonnet. It's like Jamaican Scotch bonnet and a Bohemian goat pepper. But
Yeah, I went to buy some from a seed person. I won't mention names because I don't care to put anybody in the dirt. They're doing that themselves. And it came out and it was a Fresno pepper. I was like,
that's
okay, well, that was still
that's
good pepper, but not what I
yeah,
was hoping.
not what you wanted. I
Yeah.
recently grew something that I thought was something completely different, and it ended up being cherry bomb peppers, which I do love. Not
Yeah,
totally upset, but man, I wish it were what I wanted. I
right.
so, but in all fairness, it was like a gift pack of seeds someone sent me. They just had it mislabeled, whatever. All right, so give it a shake, just because it's typical of me. And I
Yeah,
got
in transit.
the trusty spoon here, nice and clean, and a napkin, of course. All right. Oh wow, it smells fantastic, bro.
Awesome.
Mustard's one of my favorite condiments in general. So the fact that you make a hot mustard is pretty awesome. I like pretty much all kinds of mustards, even Dijon, even though it's like a little horseradishy and like, ah, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, I use the Dijon in I do a Caribbean
Mm,
slugger barbecue. So like more
mm,
towards like the right about now, because usually like I'm kind of finishing up the batch of last season's peppers on my sauces. I'll do a little bit more of the barbecue. It's around summertime. It matches up pretty well. And then that usually I'll make enough for around like Christmas time as well, because then usually I have another lull in the production of, what's in the garden. So I do Dijon mustard for the base for that Caribbean slugger.
that's awesome. It's like horseradish and stuff, right? It's like
Yeah.
super strong. Mm, all right. Wow. That's really good, dude.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, I love this, man. Already one of my favorite kinds of sauces, and you nailed it. It's like,
Yeah, I feel like it's really good. It's nice for those who can appreciate heat in the like on the higher levels, but it's good enough for the family.
right.
Even if you find
Oh,
like pepper to be spicy, then this one is still like a medium for you,
oh, man, dude, this is,
Don't
dude,
drink it.
don't tempt me. I will.
Right.
I have before, but I'm already on like spoon three. I like it. It's, I can tell that there's like at least a habanero type heat, but Scotch bonnet, habanero, same kind of like Caribbean style heat.
Mhm.
But it's not overwhelming. It's very
Yeah.
pleasant. It's spicy. It has like more of a mustard profile, some smokiness to it. I think even if you don't, do you smoke anything? No.
Yeah, for that one I think the garlic and the onion in it
Okay.
is
Oh, dude, props to you. This is great.
thanks, man.
Great. I like that a lot, dude. Man, it's good. It's good stuff. So, what other kind of peppers do you grow? Like, do you grow like gnarly ones too, fun
Yeah.
ones? Yeah,
Yeah, I grow them all across the board. I initially got started from like I bought like a pound from this guy in I think the San Diego area. Can't I don't I'm not gonna say his name. I don't know if he wants me to. Because he's like small farmer. It doesn't have like
mm,
a big business or anything.
yeah,
But I bought like a pound of his that were like really diverse and grew as many as I could with that. So I got scorpions. A bunch of different chocolate varieties, which is like cool, but they take forever.
yep.
I now have some Fresnos, and I think the one that I like the most that has been a little finicky, but has been really cool as far as the pepper comes is the Pink Tiger Reaper hybrid. And my nana got me a pack of those seeds for Christmas one time.
Wow,
So it was pretty cool.
those are
It's growing
cool.
really nice. It's just that cool, like the entire stem is dark purple. The leaves are like purple and green, and then the pepper that comes out is like this bright pink with like purple
Mhm.
stripes on it and stuff.
Yeah.
It's got a nice pop of heat. It's almost kind of smoky, but really floral.
hmm I love those kinds of chilies, man. I'm also a chili grower. It's a hobby of mine. That's how I got into this. Actually, is like I was growing chili and trying to make hot sauce, but my
Yeah.
state kind of sucks about it. Um, they've gotten better, but it still sucks. However, so just like again, woke up one day and was like, man, I just want to grow chili peppers. And then so I just bought as many weird looking seeds as I could. And still, I've seen those reapers you're talking about before, and I'll pop one on the screen for the viewers to look at. But I love those kinds of like designer chilies, if you want to call them that, designer chilies.
Yeah.
But it's cool, man. And I'm assuming you put those in your sauce too.
Yeah. So there's which one is it? Threat level midnight. All of the try so it's basically all of my dark peppers. I'll use that, and it's a soy, citrus, and garlic focus.
That's
So it's like
awesome.
really nice and calm, but I calm it down a little bit with the brown sugar. But that matches really nicely with the soy and the citrus.
Wow. So it's like, what's your approach to balancing flavor and heat with your stuff? Like making sure it's not too hot for people or making sure it is too hot for people? Because you do have a wide variety.
Yeah. Um, what I'd like to do is try to like, you know what I mean? Like build something that is worth exploring. You're kind of like being able to walk through different levels. So like I like to layer multiple levels of different flavor into it so that the heat does kind of come in on the back end. And that also depends on what kind of pepper it is. Like cayenne's a
Right.
little bit more on the tip of the tongue, whereas a
Mhm.
scorpion is kind of right in the back of the throat.
Right.
So like trying to match that with something that's going to go well with it, looking at like acidity levels, are we going to go fruity with it? Is it, what's going to be your sweetness to kind of cut through it? What's your aromatics? Are you going to rely heavily on onion and garlic? Are you going to go a little bit more herbal? And that's kind of the range that I try to find like, okay, so like pineapple's great, but like how do I add some aromatic tone to, take tropical and make it fancy, So
Right.
that's kind of things that I was trying to do there. And same thing, like, okay, how about all these ingredients, but smoke every single one of them, including the salt. And that is now at Leaf Lounge in downtown Titusville. They buy it by the gallon, and that it's a smoke show. So that's one of the ones
Wow.
that's like a staple on their menu. People come to them specifically for that. And that it's nice to see that where I go, crap, I kind of almost shot myself in the foot because that sauce takes like 12 hours just to get
Yeah.
the ingredients ready.
Yeah. Wow, dude. So you have your stuff in a restaurant too? That's really cool.
Yeah, a few of them.
That's a
Um,
big step, man. That's cool.
yes, sir.
How did you approach getting into those?
I honestly, Leaf Lounge, I think we were just at the bar kind of shooting the shit, having
No.
fun or whatever. And I was like, hey, we make hot sauce? You guys want to try some sometime? I think me and my buddies one time we were up there, we were having a couple drinks, and we we got a bunch of people at the bar to sign up for like a brisket making contest. So that's kind of where like my smoking adventure started. It
Mm-hmm.
was like my first brisket that I made. Me and my buddy won first place, but like, spoiler alert, there was only two people competing. So it was like us, delicious, moist, juicy brisket, and then somebody else who theirs was dry, you know?
Ah, wow.
So it's like things like that. But so that kind of I think just built the rapport to where then I was like, hey, this is what I'm doing now. This is what we're trying to, make happen. And they were like, they went through and tried a bunch of the flavors, and they were like, I think this one would match very well because it's tailored to them. They're a cigar bar. So with that, it kind of just matches really well. It's a smoked sauce, so
Cool,
there's no
man.
offset with having a cigar and having a chicken wing or a chicken taco with the smoking.
That sounds awesome, dude. That's funny. What's your state's like laws like for making sauce? Are they like strict where you are or what?
Well, here's the skinny. In the beginning, I was kind of doing it as like a quote unquote flavored vinegar. So a
Yeah.
lot of the very first sauces I was doing, the main ingredient was vinegar. So I'm assuming as long as it's over 90%, it's good. Got my food permit already, so that's kind of covered. As long as it's dependent on the revenue. So depending on whether you're getting more revenue from in a store or if you're getting more revenue from going to farmers markets and like more outreach style, that would determine which permit you need. So with that is like kind of how I'm able to still have things in one area, but be making more money in another area, you know?
Cool. You hit farmers markets up and stuff?
Yep, very
Nice.
often. I work with Miracle City markets, which they do a lot of them out here. I do some markets with the DAV, so it's donation based. So I do a portion of my profits that goes to the DAV. I just got emailed today, like I was telling you earlier, the uh what is it? The Little League in Melbourne was asking. It was just a really short notice, and I'm already like I got some things on their schedule, but they were asking for like a donation based kind of vendor setup. So I was
Oh,
looking to do something like that with them. But yeah,
that's great, man. I like that you put this towards all sorts of good causes. You
for
just trying
sure.
to like spread the love everywhere and keep it sustainable too. It's cool, man.
Definitely, man. I just feel like it's like the initial the initial idea of like why I wanted to make it sustainable was just because of like my own experience. So realizing like, holy crap, soil costs a lot. Getting all these fertilizers costs a lot. And the feeling of growing my daughter's very first food that she got to eat was incomparable to anything. So in that fashion, I was like, "Well, this is what I want to do forever." Seeing the prolificity of peppers, whatever that word, you know what I mean? How
Yeah,
prolific
yeah,
they can produce.
yeah.
Seeing that, I'm like, "Damn, man, I'm gonna have a whole forest of these. This is awesome. I
Yep.
love these things. I love spicy, but I want to grow more."
Mhm.
Can't when the soil costs that much. So now I'm looking at like, okay, well, I can compost. Composting is helping, and then trying to bottle it, trying to sell it, just starting with selling to friends and stuff. I'm like, the cost of bottles is crazy.
Yeah.
So I call the health and safety division of my area and talk to the main guy. And I had asked him, hey, is this okay? He said it was all right. And, just to kind of reiterate, circle back to what we were talking to before, do more research. Coca-Cola does it, any kombucha joint and any craft beer place, they all are doing that already. So I'm like, okay, so as long as I'm following these standards, everything's cool. So offsetting that cost has also helped me to then like trickle that up to other restaurants to say, hey, you recycling your bottles with us will save you anywhere near like 50 to 60% on your next order. So the initial cost
Wow.
may be big up front to get the labeling done and to get the bottles ordered, which, of course, for a restaurant, I'm not going to sit there and make them wait months on end for people to mail me in bottles that
Right.
are recycled and all that jazz, for them to be delabeled, all this stuff. So I will buy those for them, get their initial purchase going, and have them recycle it through me and just heat treat, sanitize, relabel if needed, make sure everything's up to proper standards. And then it's just really just the cost of the sauce that's going in the bottom. So
Yeah, just like picture you dressed up like a milkman going around with hot sauces. That's what you are. You're the hot sauce milkman, a
pretty
hot
much,
sauce
dude.
man. I love that. That's freaking sweet, dude. Um, yeah, again, dude, I've never seen anybody do what you're doing. It's super inspiring, and I try to be as little waste as I can too. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna actually hop into the pineapple basil throat punch. I got throat
It's
punch
a
saying
mouthful.
that. Um, I don't want to pop this open and try it.
Go for it. That one should be perforated. The
Oh,
large bottles aren't.
oh, it
Uh,
is. Yes. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
sir. I try to stick to those. I had a one batch of them that weren't, so I was like, let me double check and make sure. But yeah, that as far as the pineapple basil goes, that's what I was trying to do is tropical meets fancy,
Mm.
a little bit more like it's like it works really well with like Italian dishes. Um the what did I do the other day? I did it on some eggs and I did like tomatoes and basil and like a bunch of other stuff on top of it. It was really, really good.
Oh, sounds awesome. It's a little looser than the other one. The other one is a mustard.
Yeah.
Um, the ingredients are white vinegar, locally grown yellow Scotch bonnet, pineapple, lemon basil, and scorpion pepper. So this one has a punch to it. Spices, sugar, organic xanthan gum.
Yeah.
Okay, stabilize.
Little bit of that to try and help it, because otherwise you get like nothing but like all the pulp. Because I don't
Yeah,
strain my sauces, so you get all the
right.
pulp sitting in one spot. So I try to get it to help to suspend it.
Pineapple is super like fluid too when it's blended up, man.
Oh yeah,
This other guy that I had talked to was he made a pineapple hot sauce, but he put mango in it to thicken it.
yeah. I was thinking about maybe either carrot or onion would be helpful
Mm,
to kind of thicken it a little bit. I don't use enough xanthan gum anyways to even really have it be to have it
yeah,
do what I want it to.
this smells crazy. It
Yeah, that lemon
smells like,
basil is
oh my
strong. I got
gosh,
that
dude.
from I did a trade with Spice Island Company. So that was like my new batch of it. I usually use like an Italian basil.
Wow. Sorry, I'm just like whiffing it.
Yeah.
The pineapple and the basil stand out. Okay, I got a spoonful. We're gonna try it. It's hot. It's got a punch. Not bad.
Right.
That flavor is insane though. It's not what you would expect when someone says this has basil in it. Um, Basil and pineapple are both very strong flavors on their own, um, but they definitely work very well together, especially lemon basil, which I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever had, honestly. It's a completely different animal,
Yeah,
let
I
alone in a
haven't had
hot
it
sauce.
until she had given it to me and I was like,
Mm,
man, this is super aromatic. This is gonna be
yeah,
good.
this is good. It's not super vinegary either. Like, I like this a lot.
I'm
Trying to think
glad.
of what I'd eat this on. What do you eat this with, man?
So we'll go the weirdest thing that I've done is put it in a mojito. That was pretty good. Pretty solid, like a little tablespoon of that in
Okay,
there is pretty nice.
see that?
It cuts it, you don't get any of the heat with it doing it that way. This lady Dawn, she was telling me about doing a caprese with it, but I've done like fish tacos. I've done
Okay.
put it on top of like some pasta stuff that's already kind of basil based. And then if all else fails, to just wing it.
Yep, wing it. I love wings, man. I can eat way too many wings.
Yeah, that's my
It's like
problem. That's
it's like
my vice.
same. Actually, I lived in I lived down in Florida when I was a kid, and my dad took me to the swing joint. It was like a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
I forget what town it was. I just dropped something. I forget what town it was in. It was but we were in Sarasota at the time, so it was some town outside of Sarasota. It's like this like tiny little hole, but we go in and every week we'd get something hotter, and eventually we got to the hottest one at the time was napalm.
Right.
And I was like, I want the napalm, probably like 8. And the waitress comes back. She's like, is that hot enough for you? And I was like, this is for sissies or something. It was so good.
So great.
But Florida, man, I would do this on tacos. I would do this on wings. I think it's weird because like I don't think I've had fruit hot sauce on wings before like this. And I love the color too. Like the consistency is still
Yeah.
very good. Well,
It's
it's very
it's
fluid.
all
It's
it
like,
disguises itself a little bit like a verde, I feel. Because I've had people come through and they're like, is that a verde sauce? And I'm like, it looks like it, but it's not.
No, not quite. I'm gonna have another spoon
Not
actually.
at all. The I think another easy go-to, like if you're just doing easy food, trying to, plop some sauce on something, pizza, you know,
Yeah, of course. Unless you're someone that hates pineapple on pizza,
then you're missing out.
you're missing out, man. Good. I like that. I like that. I've had a few hot sauces actually that I've tried on pizza, and they're pretty good. Pineapple ones too. But I haven't done pineapple hot sauce on an actual pineapple people on actual pineapple pizza. It seems redundant, but I could try it. So what's coming up ahead for you, man? You got a lot of flavors working. You're like, I'm just like cruising with this, man.
I mean, you caught me like at like not even ground full floor, like you caught me in the lobby. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm not when it comes to small batch and any of the episodes I've watched that you've done or any of the people that I've talked to at other markets, like Matt Ombre is one of them, or Stanky Sauce as well,
Yep.
is like they're producing, or not, I won't group them together, but one of them had told me that they were producing at a minimum 1,800 a month. And I'm like, oh, I'm nowhere near that right
Yeah.
now. With it being recycled bottles, and then at the same time, I'm trying to dial back the creative side. So it's like a real weird balance of I don't need to be the Baskin Robbins of hot sauce, you know.
Right,
So
right.
I have a recipe book full of a bunch of them, but like that's fine to keep them in the vault and find a couple of them to pull out. So the way that I kind of help myself to manage that is to keep it on a seasonal basis. So that allows me to have like anywhere from, 12 to 20 sauces, but I'm able to cycle through them and have different things. So when it's pineapple season, pineapple basil has been a staple. From time to time, as it bleeds over into mango season, I'll do a pineapple
Mhm.
mangost. And
Nice.
as of late, I just had some Puerto Rican mangoes coming through on our tree, so I did a chili mangost. That one was pretty good. So I like playing around with whatever's available. As far as what's next, I am currently working with Teas and More, and Teas and More is going to be the very first residential food waste drop off. So it's kind of basically a propane swap out, but for food waste buckets. So you'll come through and you drop off your full one, you grab an empty. So it's kind of reverse instead of bringing your empty, you grab a full. Um, but by doing that, I'm able to provide greater access, and by greater access, I mean I can make it a lot cheaper because I'm driving less. And yes, you're picking up a little bit more of the legwork, but at the same time, I'm hoping that it drives a little bit more like customer appreciation and attention to these businesses. So I'm looking to kind of like do that with them there. That'll be the first one. We're looking to do another one over at First United Methodist Church. So there's another one in the works, and then I have somebody on, not necessarily retainer, but just like, hey, I got a bunch of projects. I need you to build these things. So it's a matter of like understanding that this is something that I really want to do, but being able to delegate these tasks so that I'm not Mr. Businessman all the time and actually a good father. So
Right.
really trying to make sure that I have that kind of balance. And I wouldn't be able to do any of this without the absolute shining light that is my wife, because she's taking care of so much for me. So for me doing this is like the quicker I can get this up and going, the quicker that I can, get to build that value of reciprocity. So I feel like by giving back to the community, eventually they're going to give back to me, and then it'll get set in place and stuff. But right now we're just kind of just getting started. So I think it's just establishing that. And as far as once that is kind of established, then I can kind of dig through all these other projects that I have as ideas for what might be next.
It's awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
That's awesome, man. So like you're so community and family focused. It's truly inspiring, man. Is like, you want to make sure that your daughter is being shown the right way to be raised, like between like growing her own food and just like being part of the community. It's really
Right.
touching,
And
dude.
I'm tired of hearing people say like, and I'm generalizing for sure. I'm tired of hearing people say that the world is burning kind of thing. Like, it's like, yeah, but are you doing anything to stop it? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You grab a bucket, get some fucking water, do
Yeah.
something. Like, try. So like if even if this is the end or whatever the hell, That's fine. You guys go ahead. I'll sweep up on the way out. You know what I mean? I'll,
Yeah.
I'll pick up the food waste. That's kind of where my head is. It's just, this is what I can do on the way out, I guess. And if it makes a difference, great. If it's just a drop in the bucket, pun intended, great. You know,
That's awesome. Actually, it reminds me of this song I heard last week called "Turn Off the News and Let's Build a Garden" from Lucas
nice.
Nelson. It's pretty. I think it's Willie Nelson's son, actually. Pretty good song. But what you were just saying reminded me of that. Turn off the news and let's build a garden. Feed the community.
Legitimately like my life story.
Yeah,
I've heard that song before, but it has been so long that until you said it and you said Willie Nelson, I was like, okay, I have heard this, but I am gonna
yeah,
actually just jam to that after
yeah.
this
It's his
because
son. I like the acoustic version better than the full band version. But that's just me. Uh, so what would you get? What kind of advice would you give someone that's trying to start what you're doing? Because you kind of, it seems like you're just kind of taking it as it's coming.
um so I would say don't look so much stuff up about what's going to stop you. Like don't sit there and go, well, what licenses do I need and what do I need to do this and what whatever, because when it really comes down to it, as long as you're making sure that you have like specific, like I already have scratch kitchen backgrounds. I already have like an extensive culinary background from since my mom taught me how to cook kind of thing. So
Mhm.
I understand that aspect as far as flavor pairing goes, but before I get too much on a tangent, what I'm getting at is understanding like proper protocols to be safe and stuff like that. I'm not trying to encourage anybody to go out there and try to make a sauce and then you end up, giving a bunch of people food poisoning because you
Right.
put raw eggs in it or something crazy because you didn't know that, you needed a specific amount of acidity to make that aioli that you thought was going to steal the show or whatever. Um, or not refrigerating it properly, yada yada. All of those safety protocols. I would say making sure that whatever it is that you're gonna do, that you like, you already have an idea. But as far as like, oh, well, I need to get my LLC, or I need to make sure that I have my food permit, or I need to da da da. Like, go ahead and try it, and then when somebody tells you that you need to fix that, then fix it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not approaching restaurants or trying to put this stuff into stores or anything until I have the proper permits for that because that's like a $5,000 fine. I
Right.
completely get that. And at the same time, go ahead and try because they will ask you for those things. And then you go, oh, that's the part that I'm supposed to do next.
Right.
So like when you feel like you can supply and you're able to do that, go for that. But you can get away with just doing direct to consumer for a very long time because I mean we're talking sauce here. So
Right.
you can do online sales of sauce as much as you want. And I think that that's fine if I'm not mistaken.
Thing depends where you live because I know here where I'm at, they're a little stricter about it. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Yeah, I could go online and sell it. But if I were gaining a lot, like personally, if I were gaining a lot of traction, I think the state would come after me. So like,
Yeah.
I think I think it's good to know what you need and then have it ready, but not be so like focused on it. I think personally, the way I approach it is kind of how you are really. It's like get everything lined up and then go for it and kind of figure it out along the way, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean those words come from my buddy Josh from Orlando City Kombucha.
Right.
So initially got him for the tea room that like so it was like a cocktail mocktail kind of hour that we did at the beginning of our wedding. But started to talk to him and he was kind of telling me the same thing is like don't get so muddied up in like how to get all the paperwork going and stuff. Just start it. And that was specific to like going to farmers markets because some farmers markets are they're very focused on, you got to have your business license and your sales tax receipt, and you got to have every single piece of paperwork in order for you to be here. Whereas other markets are like, do you have business insurance? Do you have, your whatever you need specifically to sell what you're selling? Because I think cottage food, it might be different for each state,
Yeah.
or I'm not sure if that's a
Yeah.
government, but yeah, so like within that range, I feel you can find some leniency to at least get yourself moving, you know?
Right. Right.
So I think, and then at the same time, like it's just realizing that I was recycling the bottles based on the fact that I first called to make sure that it was okay. Made sure looked up the proper recipe to make sure that I'm following it appropriately, and then from there, showing it to like one of my customers, the kind of a close friend or whatever. We were out having a drink and stuff. He's like, "Have you ever heard of O-Town Compost?" And I'm like, "No." So he kind of explained that whole model to me. So I reach out to O-Town Compost. I'm like, "Are you guys doing anything with Titusville anytime soon?" They're like, "No, but, and by all means, if that's something you want to do, go for it." And I'm like, "Awesome," because I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes. I'm not trying to compete with anybody in any fashion. This is something I'd like to do so that I can grow better peppers.
Yeah.
And believe me, every year it's different. Last year was super awesome. This year, you go look at my Instagram. You don't see my pepper pictures. Why? Because they're not doing great, man.
Nah,
I mean, they're
nah.
all right, but they're like my Scotch bonnets are probably like 5 feet wide, like 6 feet tall. Those are doing really great, but all the other ones are like just barely putting enough out. So I'm like,
Wow.
okay, that one goes in the freezer and we'll
Yeah. Wow.
yeah.
Five
So
feet
it's
wide,
just
six
it's a
feet
lot of
tall.
learning. What
5 feet wide, 6 feet tall.
roughly, yeah, I would say because I'm,
Wow.
I'm I'm like 5'9", 5'10", so it's like a little bit over top of me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that in like container or in ground?
It's in ground. It's in a
Wow.
raised bed. So like
Wow.
raised bed in the sense that like there's the bottom is on the soil, so it has
Mhm.
the ability to get into the ground, and I just built it up from there.
Wow.
But yeah, they're doing pretty darn good.
Dude.
Those are the ones that I got from San Diego. I've had them for those two plants. I think I've had for um like since I first started growing them, probably 4 years ago. So they're doing
Wow.
pretty darn good.
In your region, do you have to overwinter those at all? Like dig them up and then cut them back? Because
I
I
mean, I probably should have, but being the person that I am, who's like, "Hey, I'm just gonna start doing it," and then and I look at them, I'm like, "Man, they're not really doing hot. I should probably trim some of these branches back." And
yeah.
then like March, April comes around, I'm like, "Oh, there's still some peppers on it. All right, they're still producing pretty good."
Yeah.
So like make it real clear, man. I threw a seed in the ground, but I was like, let me take care of the seed, and then it seemed to stay around. So
That's awesome.
I do look forward to like whenever they're closer towards the end of their life cycle, that maybe like trimming it down, I could keep it like as like a like people that do the like bonchi
Yeah,
with
yeah, I like bon cheese,
because
yeah.
you got some gnarly, knotty
Hmm.
little stems to them and stuff. So that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, I did a couple bon cheese. I had one a few years ago. It was a mutant variety. Have you ever seen the mutant peppers with the stringy leaves and shit?
I don't think
No.
so.
So, all right. So there's a guy, Matt Ollendorf. Check out Matt's peppers, but he grows a couple different weird varieties. So he does like the Matapino, which is a variegated white jalapeno plant. Like the
Nice.
doesn't produce the right chlorophyll, grows white. It's beautiful. I have one growing in my tent over here. And then he also like does mutant varieties. So like these mutant pepper plants, they have like weird stringy leaves and shit. So I had one of those and I made it into a bonchi and it was super cool, but
That's pretty
it
sweet.
died. It died. But
Yeah,
I just like, oh man.
I got some daddy pinos from I was pulling it out of my phone earlier because we were talking about the seeds and stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, my buddy Casey had given me some seeds from one of the guys from SpaceX. So I guess he had
Oh
like done
wow.
he had crossbred. It's an F2, so he had crossbred it with something. So it's like a jalapeno, but like mega hotter, I think.
Whoa.
I haven't planted them yet, so I'm probably gonna wait till next season kind of thing,
I'm
towards
interested
winter
in
and put them
seeing that.
indoors.
Should show me some pics when you get them going. I
Oh,
have
for
so
sure.
many freaking seeds, dude. Like I got seeds here. I have a whole, where is it? This whole thing is filled with chili seeds, dude. From
Nice.
trades and buying and a lot of trading. Oops, I just dropped something on the ground. Oh well, dude, I'm dropping everything today. I don't know what's up with me. Um,
Man, man.
but I figured you'd have to overwinter them. My mom still lives in Florida. Um, and the last time I went was 2021, and it like got to like below freezing while I was down there. I was like, man, I live up north. It's always below freezing around this time of year. And I lived in Florida as a kid, and it was like hot and humid and gross.
Yeah, right.
So
Yeah, we got it a couple times. It hasn't been too crazy or too bad, but
is your
I've been
town more
there.
southerly? Like, are you
We're on the coast, so I mean, you definitely get them those cold
uh,
snaps
okay?
pretty good.
So you ever like cover up your plants, or you just let them
Yeah, yeah, you do sheets and Christmas lights kind of
okay.
thing. At
Christmas
least
lights,
that's what I
bro?
learned.
That's
Yeah,
funny. I've never heard
lots of
of that.
Christmas lights out underneath them.
I love
Keep 'em
that.
warm.
It's so festive, man.
All
We're
right.
gonna crack into sauce three here.
Heck yeah.
Swamped citrus.
That's actually one of my newer ones. So this is my take on like just a middle of the road habanero sauce. So you got your usual habanero, your garlic. So what do I do to make it a little fancy? I smoke the garlic instead. I figured the same way that I am applying. So this is actually kind of taps upon the idea of parallels within the sauce and the compost would be the same way that I compound my effort towards where I'm picking up my food waste and um how I'm making my sauce would be that I'm already smoking a bunch of ingredients for one flavor.
Yeah.
So if I can keep that flavor like that part of the spectrum open to 2 to 4 more flavors, then I can only use like one specific ingredient instead of smoking all these ingredients like for smoke show. So for this one, it's a smoked garlic, an aged habanero. The facility number one over in Mims has a bunch of wild citrus, so they're not really good for anything but the zest. They're so
Okay.
sour and they have tons of seeds in them. So I'll squeeze a couple of the oranges in there and then mainly just take all the zest from all the oranges that I get, dehydrate it, and then powderize it and add it to it.
Wow. It sounds pretty crazy. And you do have a let's see, I didn't see it on this other bottle.
Yeah, all my labels are I think I gave you 3 different versions of the labels. This
Yes.
is where my wife would get on to me and she's like, "You need some consistency, damn it."
Hey, it's part of the learning process, man. You're
For sure.
you're a pepper farmer, a food
Right. So you
farmer. You're
see,
not a graphic designer.
exactly.
I respect it, man. I do some graphic design as well, but I
It's
get it.
not
I'll give
easy.
you leniency, brother. But you have a little blurb on this one, so I'm gonna read it aloud.
Go for it. I wrote that at
So
4 a.m. on coffee, so
amazing. I could go for another coffee soon.
yeah.
All right. So it says, what you hold in your hand is the end product of a very hardworking individual. This is true, guys. The fruits of, the fruits of the labor, if you will. One of the many flavors of sustainability you're able to experience thanks to the contributing members of your community. Within the confines of this recycled, individually hand painted bottle lies a sustainably grown and sourced micro batch sauce that is sure to not only warm your tongue, but your heart as well. Thanks for joining us and becoming part of an impact so strong you can literally taste it. That's cool, man. So now you just,
So I
that's
had
good,
to add a
dude.
fart
That's
noise in
good.
there. It's so dumb.
Oh, it's not dumb, dude. It's nice.
Yeah, it's,
It's
I
nice,
just,
dude, and people that are reading that, especially if they're from your community, man, they'll really appreciate that message to them, truly.
yeah. I
I
don't know
know
who it
I
is
would.
inside of me that makes me want to feel that way, but it's like they're like, man, oh, he must really think so highly of himself. And I'm like, I'm just trying to
Nah,
make a
man.
good sauce. I want something that's going to be enjoyable. I love hot sauce, but I want it to, it's a saturated market as it is. So what can I do to make it stand out?
No, man, it doesn't come off like that at all. It comes off as like you're very passionate about what you're doing. You want to share with people and you want to give back to your community. I think anybody would be appreciative and happy about that, reading that. I would be happy. I am happy reading it. It's awesome. You're awesome, man.
Well, I
Oh,
appreciate that, man.
this smells crazy. Oh, let's go over the ingredients. That smells nuts. Um, apple cider vinegar, smoked garlic, aged habanero pepper mash, Florida citrus, spices, and organic xanthan gum and salt. This smells very zesty.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So these are oranges that are just good for their zest, essentially.
Yeah, I mean it's so I was talking to somebody, I think it was Hollover Citrus. I was talking to them, Chris, if I'm not mistaken. he was telling me that most of the oranges are like the way that they're grown is they're grown off of a sour root, and
Hmm.
then they graft the sweet onto it. So this one was like these are two or three of them that are out there. They're forgotten, you know what I mean? So a cold snap might have came through, killed the sweet, or it was just truly a wild one that it was naturally sour. So it has that really deep orange smell to it, but if you go to eat it, like it hurts your teeth.
Okay. Wow, I didn't know that. I remember my great grandmother had orange orchards behind her house when I was a kid, but I
Yeah.
didn't know that they grafted them like that to make like put sweet ones. But I mean, here up north in New Hampshire, we do apples. So there's like
Yeah.
every freaking kind of apple you could think of. At the end of the year, they trim them all down and they either grow back or they graft new ones to it. All right.
Yeah, you guys, he's in, or his family's in the Minnesota area. He was talking about like you get these big batches of apples on the branch, and if you don't pick some of them, like it'll snap the branch in the wind.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, you go apple picking, dude, they're just like littering the ground. They're everywhere, but it all, it all rots and gives back to the earth and comes back super healthy the next year. It's really cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man, all right, I gotta try this. You ever get yuzu, bro? Oh, mm,
Yeah, I actually did so in the area that I am, it's like a lot of Latin Asian fusion. So I tried to do a yuzu starfruit, and that's one that I put in the back burner. Really good. More on like that Thai chili style where it's really sweet.
yeah.
It had a really good flavor to it. I used fennel in it. I had to, store by the fennel and things like that, but it was that was a fun one. I was actually thinking about that the other day.
Yuzu's cool. Wow, dude, this is
I like
good.
it.
It is so zesty, man. That comes right out. That's hot. That's definitely the hotter of the three that you sent me today.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
It's medium hot for sure.
Which is interesting because the other one actually has scorpion pepper in it, the pineapple
Yeah.
basil throat punch. This one's hotter than that one. Both very good. Super zesty. Garlic. I can taste the garlic in it. Wow. Move again. Spicy, bro.
Thanks, man. Yeah, the
Ooh.
pineapples, I feel like when you home grow them, they're a lot more juicy. So you get a little bit more of that sweetness from it. So you just get that like little bit of a like punch in the back, from
Wow.
the pineapple one. But that one, I loaded it pretty heavy with the habanero.
I can tell. It's good. It's good. You can even like, oh, let me close this back up. I'll get it on camera. So right here, the camera can kind of pick it up, but you can see all the chili flakes and all things. The consistency of this one, it's obviously not as thick as the mustard, but it's
Yeah.
thicker than this one. It has a really nice pour to it. And on the tongue, I'm salivating. On the tongue, you can feel all the textures, all the ingredients are there. The zest is right on the front. It's so pleasant, dude. This would be good on a roasted chicken, brother. Like you fire roasted chicken in.
I like that.
Woo! I'm like the size, like getting teary. Oh,
Oh yeah, dude. I think it's probably the so like when you smoke the garlic, it becomes like kind of pasty once
mhm.
you open it up. I feel like that's probably what's working a little bit more as an emulsifier to give it that nice
Yeah.
consistency. And then because I don't strain the pulp from the pineapple, is probably why it's a little bit more juicy. And I add that basil towards the end, so that's like it drops in a lot more of like just I guess from the stems and things like that. There's a little bit more water to it.
Oh, yeah. No, it's really, really good. Really good stuff, man. Probably if you are not a fan of hot food, probably stay away from this one. If I'm being honest, I love it. I'd say the most friendly out of the three for non-spice likers is the Carolina hot mustard.
Yeah,
Um,
you made that one to be a dipper, but
yeah.
grill friendly. So the way that it's available to the whole family is like you can dip your chicky tendies in it, no problem. But I've done bacon wrapped asparagus on the
Mm.
grill with one of my buddies, and we cooked that and through reduction, you get a little bit more of a pop of heat from it, and it kind of
Yeah.
adds a little bit more to the smoke. It's really nice.
Oh man. Yeah, that Carolina mustard. I would do that one on
Yeah.
ribs, bro. That's immediately came to mind as like a rat on the
Yeah,
grill.
somebody told me they used the whole bottle in one sitting because they were doing a pork butt, so they used it as the binder.
Oh wow. I would do that.
Yeah.
Wow, this size teary. Good job, man. Wow.
Thanks, man.
It's freaking awesome. I want to let my tongue cool down for a second, and I want to try the other two again, just to
Okay.
refresh my memory.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna circle back to the you had said about what's next. Along the lines of like doing the black garlic, like fermenting the black garlic myself. As of late, I've paired up with like John's Honey. So it's a local honey area. So I've been looking into like honey fermentation a little bit. So I'll do like honey fermented sauces essentially. So some of those I'll that way I if I have an overlap of like seasonal sauces, so my blueberry one I can't keep on the shelves long enough. It ends up
Yeah.
selling out like right away. So
Wow.
I've been looking to do like a honey fermented blueberry or like same thing with mango. If the mango sells out really quickly, then I'm able to do like a honey fermented mango because it's going to take 60 plus days either way.
Mm,
So if that allows me to have like a stockpile of it for, like for Christmas time or something like that. Um,
wow.
it's pretty cool though. Like, so then with the seasonal, I will find a way to like kind of create signature sauces. So I've worked with Black Cat coffee roasters. I've created them two specific sauces. So that's where most of the black garlic ends up going is they have an Ethiopian Yirgacheffe coffee. So I'll do
Mm,
a 48-hour vinegar brine with that one. Make a 48-hour cold brew and use that as the base for like making the sauce. The black garlic goes with that. So it's like, and then I use a olive use balsamic. So it's like
wow.
local balsamic, it's local coffee, local blackberries from Ever After Farms. Um, the blackberries actually that one's for the feral Bengal berry. But both of those are
Wow.
like two signature sauces I created with their coffees that are only sold there.
Wow. I really want to try that. It sounds great.
But yeah, next time I go in, I'll see if they have any of the because it was just blackberry season. I'll see if they have any left. I'll trade them
Oh
out for
man.
something,
Yeah, that'd be
something
great.
spicier.
Wow. That's so fun. These are all fantastic, man. I am a big fan of these. Um, as with any episode, I'm never sure what I'm gonna get. Like I don't even read the ingredients till I'm talking to the person.
Nice.
So sometimes I'll take a peek, but yeah, man. That Carolina mustard. Wow. Carolina hot mustard, man. That's it right there. That's like I like them all. This one probably resonates the most with me because it's one of my favorite flavors to begin with.
Yeah.
Um, actually, no, they all resonate with me pretty well because this pineapple one, super unique, dude. The lemon basil mixed with the pineapple completely caught me off guard. Was not expecting that flavor profile at all. It's awesome. Okay, and again. Oh man,
Yeah, dude. I'm glad I picked him well because I
you
was trying to
did.
think. I had a good slew of them around, and I was like, this is a good. I'm definitely sending the mustard, and hopefully
Hmm.
he likes mustard.
Hmm.
But then I was like, all right, seasonal. We could go either pineapple or mango, but I have a little bit more of the pineapple, so let's shoot that one because I feel like it does have a. You
Yeah,
don't think pineapple goes with basil, but because they're so big, they're both superstars in any
yeah.
dish. I feel like you put them together and they tango really
They
well.
they do, man. And nothing against mango. I love mango. Excuse me. I have so much fucking mango hot sauce. Like I'm fine with that. I like it. We use it. I
Right.
but I like that you sent me pineapple. I think I have one other, two, maybe two other pineapple sauces, and mm, this is the most unique pineapple sauce I've ever had.
I got another one. So the one of the episodes I watched with you, you were talking about how you got such a short window for the chocolate habaneros.
Yeah, yeah.
So I got two pineapples right now that are almost ready. Probably when I get back after this weekend, they should be good. So it'll be I'll make a chocolate habanero pineapple teriyaki.
Ooh.
That one's kind of nice. I was selling that one to a Latin Asian fusion place over in the Kissimmee area,
Mhm.
and they were using it for their sushi rolls and stuff like that.
Wow. That sounds awesome. Yeah, yeah. Chocolate habaneros. So up where I live, bro, you maybe have like 4.5 good months of growing, and then that's
Yeah,
it. It's either grow inside. So I have a tent behind me that I grow my peppers in during the winter because I gotta keep growing stuff, dude. It's just like what I want to do all year long. Um, it makes me happy, makes my wife happy. Um, but so chocolate hobs, yes. So I'm assuming you're talking about my interview with Cousin Dean's hot sauce. I could be
I
mistaken
think
because
so.
I kind of cover that topic a little bit. I'm actually going to meet up with them again later this summer. And last time I talked to Alex's daughter. Um, but this summer we're gonna go to the farm where they grow the chilies. I'm gonna interview Dean himself there because I ran into him at the farmer's market and he recognized me immediately. I was walking up and I see him go. I went up and talked to him for like 20 minutes. He's such a chill guy. So it's awesome.
It's him.
It's him. All right. And we're gonna go for the swamp citrus one more time. And while I do that, brother, why don't you tell us all where we can find you and order your delicious hot sauce from?
Yeah. So swampdogsauce everything. .com, Gmail, Instagram, Facebook. I was doing TikTok a little bit, but then I would like yeah, I already had too much on my
Yeah.
on my plate, and I had heard from other small businesses that doing TikTok shop ended up tanking them or whatever. So I was like, all right, well, maybe instead, since I don't really have much business being there anyways, and I'm not taking the time to learn it. I'll just focus on the ones that I'm already using.
Mhm.
I also, weirdly enough, am doing it on Nextdoor. Nextdoor has actually helped me a lot, but I mean, like, as far as fans listening, I don't think you're going to find me because that's like really more local based, you know. But I use that one for the composting,
Cool.
so that's
That's
been
awesome, man.
helpful. But
That's
yeah,
awesome, man. Cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed your visit with me because I certainly enjoyed our visit together today, man. Thank you for taking the time and coming on my show. I can't wait to show this to everyone, and I hope you have a great day.
yeah, for sure, man. Thank you so much. Oh,
Yeah.
in-person places that you can get the sauce would be Family Meat. You can that's over in Mims. You can go to Leaf Lounge. They carry a couple of bottles along with the gallon. Black Cat Coffee Roasters, as I had mentioned before. Crescent Coffee Roasters has it as well. Teas and More will be shortly carrying that as well as the swamp cheese. So I do a smoked cream cheese. So they'll have
Nice.
that stocked.
Ooh.
And then I wish I could have sent it to you, but I'm like, I
Uh,
don't know how to
dry
ship
ice or
cheese. Yeah.
something. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. That sounds awesome,
If
man.
anything, I'll send you the seasoning and then you
Blend
can
it in.
I'll give you the recipe. Yeah.
Yeah, please, dude. I would love that. I would love
Yeah, for
that, bro.
sure. And then if I'm not at a market, then if I'm not at one of the Miracle City markets or whatever, then I'll probably be with Rodney with Eating Worms and just going around, collecting food waste buckets. So
Perfect, man.
that's where I'll
What
be, man.
you're a busy guy. I really appreciate that about you,
Yes,
man.
sir.
So you have a great day, bro. Thanks for coming
You
on.
too. I appreciate you.